The schedule release episode.
Let's talk about it.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Summit State of Mind podcast, brought to you by J. Brown Barbecue. J. Brown Barbecue, the home of the best barbecue in Houston, located in East Downtown, minutes from Toyota Center. Make sure to check them out. Just let them know that Apollo sent you. It's me. It's Main Event JP. And I am here with my boy from Zero Gravity. Everybody, welcome back, Josh Garcia.
Hello. I'm so excited. This is my favorite, if I were to be biased, favorite in-person Apollo podcast, basketball podcast, Houston Rockets podcast, the only basketball podcast besides Zero Gravity that has ever existed. I'm so glad to be a part of it. How are you doing?
I am good. That felt very special.
You are special.
I was just listening to y'all's last episode, the one on the opening release, the opening day and
Christmas opening
release.
day. Yep.
Yes. I did tune into that one. Shout out to Sony. We're all having a good time. We are all excited that basketball is about to start. It's mid-August, but preseason training camp's going to start in 4 to 5 weeks. Then we got preseason.
We're getting there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We're literally getting to the lip of the cup. And it's just so exciting to talk about. So which is why it brought us back today. The NBA released their whole season schedule. And your Houston Rockets, their schedule is out. And woo-wee! We got ourselves some crazy games that we are all excited about. Some divisional games, NBA Cup games. There's just so much to talk about. We have 28 nationally televised games.
We're back. We are so back.
Oh my God.
Like I said on Zero Gravity, the feelings that you have withheld for the past 6 years, let it all out. You were being exposed on national TV, good and bad exposed.
Yes, it's true.
And I know we're probably gonna have about 5 to 7 games there where it's gonna get a little ugly on national TV, but that's just the name of the game. When you're in the spotlight, heroes shine really high, heroes fall really hard. So
yes,
Kevin Durant being on my team, however, it should have been 35 for KD, 35 national TV games.
Oh man, what
so close, just a fraction off.
28 for Alperen Şengün. And that's
there
cool.
You go.
That's our only All-Star. Well, before Kevin Durant,
right?
But everything just looks so exciting, and with the opening night in Oklahoma City, Kevin Durant gets to see his old team put up a banner for the first time ever. It's going to be kind of wild. And, everybody has seen the Rockets versus the Lakers. It'd be KD versus LeBron, Alpi and Amen Thompson versus Luka Doncic, yada, yada, yada. Everyone's talked about it. I'm very excited. I'm just very happy that I get to hear Round Ball Rock again. I was talking to Josh before the episode, how much I love John Tesh. And, it's just going to remind me of living in the 90s. Nostalgia is a thing.
Very real.
It's a hell of a drug. Shout out to my boy, Dave Chappelle.
Yep. Round Ball Rock is one of the best compositions ever made of all time. I have listened to that song on Spotify. I can guarantee at minimum 120 times over the past 7, 8, 9 years of my life.
Yeah.
And seeing it fully come into fruition, it's going to make me feel and somehow miss an era that I wasn't even born in and I didn't even really witness.
That's the beauty of YouTube. We all get to kind of reminisce and see what basketball was in the mid-90s. We're Rockets fans. So, of course, we have seen so many Rockets clips from back in the day. And when you hear that song, it brings back those kind of memories and how important the games were. Because at that point in time, NBA on NBC was truly I wouldn't say a holiday, but it was a time when people would sit in front of the TV and be like, we're watching basketball.
Yep, required viewing, I think is the best way I describe it. When you watch old NBA on NBC clips, you see and feel this. It's almost like a city will come together. I don't care if it's Seattle, Chicago, Houston, whoever it is. It feels like everyone is coming together in that one moment. And of course, you and I both have probably watched the first Clutch City VHS, the double clutch VHS,
absolutely,
the 07, 08 Street. We've all seen all these off-season videos.
Yeah.
We've been sitting here, twiddling our thumbs, just waiting for basketball to come back. The schedule release comes out, and it is the most beautiful, but a little jarring at times. I'm looking at November currently on the TV on the big screen behind us.
See it I don't know. You guys aren't going to be seeing it from our side, but what we see is the whole schedule for your Houston Rockets. And it looks like we're going to start with a little bit of a juggernaut. We got some pretty tough teams to start the season with OKC and Detroit. we're not going to disrespect Detroit. I think Detroit's on the up and up this year.
Yep. Top 8 team in this juncture. We'll see how it plays out, I think.
They might even be top 6, depending
Ooh,
on how certain teams, come out at the end of the season. Boston's not supposed to be a great team. Milwaukee might fall. So who knows? There's a lot of teams that are kind of jumbled in the East.
Moving parts for sure.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I mean, we got, starting in November, we're at Boston, in Dallas. I mean, not in Dallas, sorry, Dallas in Houston. So that's the debut of Cooper Flagg against the Rockets, which is a game that I'm personally excited for.
Definitely.
I mean, we've all watched Cooper Flagg coming from high school through his 1 year at Duke, and now he's for the godforsaken Dallas Mavericks.
Written in the stars, wasn't it?
Oh, my God.
All that.
The most obvious selection that was going to happen. It was just obnoxious. I mean,
allegedly. Gotta make sure we keep everything the way it is.
It wasn't the R word. I'm not going to bring it up.
Man. I'm looking at San Antonio, Milwaukee, and obviously we know that Milwaukee's kind of weirdly fallen off of a cliff the past couple years, and maybe just not performed fully to expectations. But Giannis, as a man, as a unit, as a human being, is one of the most terrifying individuals outside of Nikola Jokic.
Absolutely.
In this entire league, and just knowing that you have to face him immediately. And then look, we're looking at 2 weeks later, Nikola Jokic is coming into town on Prime Video. That's going to take a lot of time to get used to.
But look at the next game. That's going to be the reuniting in Phoenix.
There you go.
With Kevin Durant traveling back to his former team. But we also get a glimpse of Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks in Phoenix.
Yep.
So that's definitely a game that I have circled on my calendar. It's also on Peacock, which also has me extremely excited. Love nationally televised games, and anytime the Rockets are on national TV, it's just a freaking blessing.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just excited for that game. That's a game that Josh knows, I was a big Jalen Green supporter. I will still support him in Phoenix. As sad as I was to see him go, like, I'm just extremely happy that we have Kevin Durant. We have one of the greatest scorers ever, and we've talked about it for ends on ends, but just the fact that we get to see a KD return in Phoenix, the crowd's going to boo the shit out of him, and he's probably going to put up like 35, 40 points just to spite them.
He has to, and I don't see KD having this like slow, weird start. I view it more so as if he is going to have some kind of a slow start, it's going to be minutes restriction based. I'm sure that we've thought about this and touched on this over the past month or so, but reports are coming out that they really want to kind of figure out what his role is with the team. We know that he's going to be the number one scorer, the number one efficiency guy. Stone and I talked about it on Zero Gravity the other day. Him moving to more so of a 30 minutes a game role and obviously still starting and playing in the crunch time minutes, playing all the important times.
Yeah.
But, taking 4 minutes off a quarter. You know what I mean? If that means that you get more longevity and a more polished and cleaner, if he can even somehow become that, because he's Kevin effing Durant, the most clean and most polished player and scorer for the past 15 years. Yeah. If he ends up being in a position like that where he only plays 30 minutes a game, you see later in the season, he stays healthy. God willing, he plays 80 games this season, 70 games this season. Look, I'll be happy with 65. Qualify for a team.
I think 65 is about, I wouldn't say a minimum. My expectation is that he's going to miss between 15 to 20 games. So that's like pretty much at like what 65 would be at 17. So that's like smack dab right in the middle.
Yep.
And that's something that I'm okay with and understanding, because we're not just playing for that specific game, but we're playing for a bigger goal here. And obviously that is to get to the championship.
Yep.
And, like, what are the other games? I know that Denver, Golden State, and I believe Portland, those are all cup games. And is there one more cup game? I believe maybe San Antonio.
So it's 4, and
is it 4 teams or 5 teams?
It's 5 teams in a group, 4 games. Yes. So then it's 2 home, 2 away. That would make sense.
Like at San Antonio, and then Portland at home, and then at Denver at home, and then Golden State away.
Yep.
I think those are pretty much the 4 games. And honestly, that last game, the game before Thanksgiving, is when we play the last cup game against Golden State, and
on the road.
I'm hoping that game doesn't mean anything, because I'd much rather us have a clinched spot into the quarters.
Exactly. 2-1. Just give me 2-1 through 3.
Yep.
Guarantee your top 2 in your group, and I'm trying to make sure I remember the NBA Cup rules. Pardon me. Hey, this is the year that I'm all in on the NBA Cup.
Well, this is the 3rd year, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All the nooks and crannies should be kind of straightened out, hopefully, and of course, with all these new TV deals and and TV rights.
Absolutely.
It can get a little funky. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to get out of Jamal Crawford being on the sideline or Blake Griffin being on Prime Video.
I have zero expectations.
I'm very excited.
Is Dirk on there too?
Dirk is on there too.
That's
yep.
awesome.
There are some people coming out of the woodwork. Michael effing Jordan coming out of the woodwork and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna hop on, maybe 5 NBC broadcasts a year and do some courtside or do some whatever. Maybe who knows? Maybe he'll be sitting at his golf course in Miami doing a little virtual thing because that's acceptable now. Shout out Zoom.
But I would love to see MJ interviewing Kevin Durant or Amen Thompson in Houston.
Amen Thompson. Oh my, that would
love.
That would give me the fuel to survive, thrive, live happily, comfortably for months at a time. I mean, seriously, I was on mute and shout out to my mother. I was at the house watching the TV on mute. She's working from home today. I was watching the TV on mute, throwing on a quote unquote, this is the YouTube video, bag work. Amen Thompson, and it was 12 minutes of just him rumbling into the paint, and I'm like, it is mid-August. I am the happiest I've ever been watching one of the best, most fun young players I've had on my team in God knows how long, since Steve Francis, and I'm sure I would say James Harden. I'm saying guys that we drafted, right? Context,
like athleticism,
yep.
Just his impact on the defensive end, which Steve Francis did not have, but like the aesthetic of his game.
That's what matters sometimes.
What makes him so exciting. I mean, we're not going to try to discredit James, but James's game just was not as aesthetically pleasing as watching other players in the league.
Sure. We don't have to name names.
That was an issue that everyone had an issue with. I mean, as a Houston fan, we enjoyed it. But anyways, that's besides the point.
Right.
Let's move forward. December 1st is my birthday. We were playing in Utah. I just wanted to shout that out.
Shout out your birthday.
That felt pretty cool, right? But
Utah, wow, Utah. A back-to-back on the road
I wish
at Utah.
it was a more exciting game, but I can just say that we can chalk that up as a dub, hopefully. But in December, starting on the 6th, we got Dallas, New Orleans, Denver, Sacramento, Clippers finishing on Christmas in LA. Those are 6 straight away games. That's going to be quite the road trip. I mean, but considering in between the 6th and the 18th will be the NBA Cup.
Right.
So depending on where the Rockets be, we might even end up in Vegas. Who knows? I mean,
8 road games. Who knows?
I'd be down for another trip to Vegas. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But it seems nothing too intimidating outside of Denver. I'm not really afraid of the Clippers. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No.
The Lakers are. It just you got the LeBron effect. Luka's the guy. I mean that. They're wild card because no one's expectations are like, oh, they're going to win it all. No, LeBron's turning 41 years old, and it's just not really going to be like, man, LA is scary. It's just going to be more so kind of like they can really have those kind of games like Boston when KG and Paul Pierce were at the end. It was kind of like they could go off, but the expectations were a bit lower.
Yep. They got a little wicked those last year or two. Yeah. People like to forget. That's all I'm saying.
No fun.
Yep.
But as we turn to the new year, we got plenty more games. We got OKC back in Houston and a back-to-back with the next game being against Minnesota. That's going to be a freaking hell's row of a couple games right there. And then New Orleans.
Both national televised. Thank God. That's awesome.
You got New Orleans in between, and then you got a Spurs game where Wemby's back in Houston. So those are 3 out of 4 in January will be nationally televised. And that kind of scheduling is a little frightening, but at the same time, that's kind of something of where we really get to see what this team is made of. Because you're going to be playing in Sacramento the day before, and then we got Chicago, then OKC. So you're going to face 2 average teams. Then you get 2 juggernauts in Oklahoma City Mini. Then you get another New Orleans, and then the Spurs. And the Spurs, we're not exactly sure where they're going to be. They can be really, really good, or they can be, what Luis Scola said, just okay.
And above average. And when I say above average, I mean slightly above average. I think that their ceiling is one of those things where you look at the team and you're like, if they figure it all out, which we're a year early, let's be clear.
Would you say top 6?
In the West?
If they like
a standalone playoff spot.
If they're like the team that you think they could be potentially wise, like the best version of themselves.
The best version of the Spurs in 2025, 2026 could be a top 6 team. I think, like I mentioned on Zero Gravity, 2 to 4 years from now will be this very wide championship window, assuming Wemby stays healthy, assuming that Castle figures out the efficiency thing, doesn't shoot 27% from three. Had to throw that in there. Carter Bryant looks really fun. He listens to Claro. Shout out to Claro. Great artist. And I'm excited to, I don't love the Spurs. I want the rivalry to continue. Obviously, there's been a lot of hatred over the years, but because they've been so bad, it's hard for me to hate them. So I want them to become good again so I can feel an anger. I can feel an animosity towards Victor Wembanyama. Because he's so easy to like right now, and I'm sorry. I don't care if someone can be like, "Oh, you're not a real fan. You don't like the."
No, that's not true.
Yeah,
that's not true.
I think that in this juncture, on August 14th, 2025, the Spurs have not been good enough for me to care enough to hate them. So I'm gonna take a step back when I'm watching NBA League Pass and watch Victor Wembanyama do his damn thing until it fully affects my team. That's all. That's all. I will hate him eventually. Let's be clear.
I really do wish that I could see them in as positive of a light as you.
Sure.
Me and San Antonio got beef. And honestly, San Antonio is not even a real city. So to those out there in San Antonio, you got problems with me, go for it. Light me up. Light me up in the comments. It's totally fine. I get it. And I do want Wemby to be healthy because I don't want to beat a Spurs team that doesn't have Victor Wembanyama. I think Victor Wembanyama is great for the game. And his blood clot is a very serious issue that could potentially have effects in the future. Hopefully it doesn't do that. But the kind of player that he is, he could be Defensive Player of the Year this year and be a top 5 MVP guy. He's that kind of effect in the game. And if San Antonio's a top 8 team, then absolutely I do think that they'll probably be there. But that does nothing to stop my beef with that.
There it is. Come back down to earth.
The beef with the city is truly real. And I apologize to all of my friends that live out there, but the rivalry is real. Sorry, real. I'm sorry, I can't talk correctly. But and then we're gonna see them again at the end of the month back in Houston in like a little over a week. Like we just can't get away from them. But the game that I'm excited for is the game after in Atlanta. Atlanta was a team that improved very well, and I know that we kind of wanted to focus on the Western Conference, but with the additions that Atlanta brought in, I do think that they have this sneaky potential in the East with surrounding Trae Young with like legitimate defenders.
Yes.
And guys that can shoot. They got NAW.
Yep.
Nikhil Alexander Walker's
Tingus Pingus. They got a bunch of
they got some
dudes.
They got
a lot of guys.
They're a team that can be sneaky good. A lot of potential. Trae Young will have a lot less, I guess you can say, workload on him defensively.
Exactly.
And
he never played defense.
Touche. Very fair. That's also a fair.
But this is true. Yeah.
I think that team's going to be very good, and I think that kind of matchup is a matchup that will bring excitement. And then the next game, we're playing against Dallas again on the 31st of January. Geez, we just can't get away from them.
Nope.
I don't understand. I want to know your feelings on Dallas. They are in our division. It is Stoney's favorite team, I guess.
Right, right.
Poor guy. I don't know how to feel about that. But after all the drama and the smoke is cleared, they got Cooper Flag, and they got a pretty veteran laden lineup surrounding Cooper Flag. And
there's guys.
They got some dudes like Kyrie, Clay, AD, and then Gafford
and Dwight Powell, baby. That's the round off the squad. But please go ahead. Tell me your thoughts first on these Dallas Mavericks. Let's give them a minute.
I think that team is a true wild card. Obviously, with the health depending on Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis, they have pieces. They have really good pieces.
Real deal pieces.
And Cooper Flag is a real defender. The man can defend guys one-on-one with his length and athleticism. I do think that he'll definitely have an effect his rookie season with the amount of pressure that he will not have. He's going to have a shit ton of open shots playing next to Kyrie and AD.
Yep.
I wonder if they're going to have him more so to start the year in an offensively marginalized role due to allowing him to get comfortable. We might see a lot of Kyrie dominating the ball on the perimeter and AD in the post, and a lot of pick and roll between them two, and then finding ways to get Cooper Flag open buckets, because all you got to do is situate Klay Thompson on the wing to the corner, and he'll just kind of just be hanging out in between there, running baseline. But I'm really curious to see how that's going to be. I think, despite my feelings for Dallas, I think that's a team that could be an enjoyable watch. I know you're a League Pass guy.
Yep, big League Pass guy.
And I feel like that might be, if you're looking for a team that has veterans and you want to see kind of just out of the curiosity of your own mind, seeing a team that could potentially play well outside of like the exciting young teams, that you just love.
Right. Yeah. hey, buy your Onyeka on Kongwu stock right now. Atlanta Hawks are going to be big this season. I just have to say that before we move away from this whole league pass talk.
I took him a ton in Prize Picks. Shout out to Prize Picks. I took him a ton on some stuff, and he definitely worked out.
There you go.
He was a good guy.
Big time.
He was one of the guys that replaced Clint, right? Like,
yes. So he's getting this complete expanded role, and of course, again, we're going to the whole league talk at this point.
Absolutely.
Zero gravity effect. That's all I'm saying. I'm going back to Dallas though. This lineup, you're seeing four. Not just like potential like all-time players within their own respective things. Obviously, Klay Thompson 3-point, AD kind of this two-way power forward who just balls the F out, crazy. Kyrie, best ball handler probably alive, other than maybe in spurts, Sham God in his prime. People forget.
You take Kyrie over Steph in terms of handles.
I feel like this is a conversation for another day.
Touche. Honestly, I can't decide.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd really have to like think about it because they all have their own little individual things.
I feel like it's depending on the day. It's like Monday you're like, maybe Kyrie. And then Wednesday it's like, you know what? I think Steph's the guy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of how it is. It's like
Steph is a low turnover guy. So when he has a bad game, he has a bad shooting game.
Yep.
He doesn't fully. Can I use the word terrorize on YouTube? He doesn't fully terrorize his team in the way that a bad Kyrie Irving game terrorizes his team. Anyway, neither here nor there. The Dallas Mavericks with Cooper Flagg. I am putting this on the record right now, August 14th, 2025. Cooper Flagg will be the most impactful and probably most polished rookie that we've ever seen since probably Kevin Durant, I'd like to say.
Oh, wow. Since KD.
18 years. 18
I'm trying
years.
To think of between KD to now, who was like the top number one guy.
Anthony Davis looked great in 2012. People forget.
He did. He looked really good.
John Wall.
Yeah, maybe? John Wall, his first year in Washington. I really thought he was going to be the dude. But let's move forward. But before we move forward, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor, J Bar M Barbecue, located in East Downtown. They got plenty of specials going on. Wednesday, particularly, is my favorite day because they have brisket burgers. And their burgers might be some of the best in the city. But if you don't have a chance to go on Wednesday, go Friday or Saturday. They got $2 wells. And if you go any day of the week, $5 margaritas. Let me tell you, those margaritas, that shit will hit. So everyone, whenever you get a chance, make sure to check them out. Go to J Bar M Barbecue and make sure to let them know that Apollo sent you. So going back to this schedule right here, we're going to go post All-Star break. There's one game in particular that I like, that I want to watch. It's the 21st of February. In New York, I want to see some Spike Lee, Ben Stiller, Timothy Chalamet.
Ooh,
I love them all. Give me all the celebrities.
I love it.
Give me all the celebrities. Like seeing Chalamet during the playoffs, I was just like,
he had that shit on, dude. His fits were great.
Yo, I mean, I'm not really like
I'm so excited
a super
right now.
Fit guy. Like I'm not fit obvious like that. I mean like fit in terms of like fashion. I mean I'm a little fashionable.
Yeah, cool t-shirt.
When I look at thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Shout out to my girl Marilyn Monroe or Toni Storm, where she got her influence of her wrestling character. That's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. But let me tell you, man, every time I saw Timothy Chalamet on the screen, I was like, yo, bro,
he's got
my man put that shit on.
That's right.
Saying shit like Josh and Dex would say. My man put that shit on. All right. But we're going to be in New York. We're going to be in MSG, Madison Square Garden. And I think at that time, we'll have a pretty good idea to see how the team looks throughout the year. We'll be, maybe like 2/3 through the season. So we'll kind of have a good idea about what we think it should be. And it's a great barometer against an Eastern Conference team that should be amongst the top.
Great word. That was awesome. Thank you. Been a big Scrabble guy recently. Me.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw that in next time if I can get
last time I played Scrabble.
If I can get an 8-letter word in there, we'll see. It's good. Yeah.
I'll be counting on you for
that's
that.
Right.
I'll be listening to the next Zero Gravity just to see if you got that in you.
Yeah, come on. Vocab special.
I will count on it. I will comment on the YouTube, and I never comment on YouTube.
There you go.
I don't say shit, but I will. For Zero Gravity, absolutely.
Man.
But you know what? Another game on that schedule that I do curiosity, we can just touch on it a little bit against Miami, because I just want to see Amen Thompson dog the living shit out of Tyler Hero. Like, I hate that guy, to be honest. But I just give me like a 30-second quip of what you don't like about Tyler Hero.
Sure. Tyler Hero, the main thing that I don't like about you is how you had this weird opinion on a Twitch stream, and this is outside of Rockets basketball, outside of Heat basketball. I
saw that clip.
He said that, do y'all ever think that history from before 1950 was real? And you could tell he was kind of joking a little bit, but there was some sense of exactly, like, I'll tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie type of speaking. And people kind of looked at him like he was a little crazy. I thought that he was crazy. I was looking at my computer screen like he was crazy. And that's my main reason why I don't like him. Obviously, you coming from my baby boy, Amen Thompson, we're going to have problems. But outside of just Rockets basketball alone, there are many other reasons that you can hate this guy. However, on the court, when he's really having a good time out there, that one of the more efficient players in the NBA, I will say.
Yeah, I mean, he was.
If I were to give him one nice,
he really came out during the bubble. That was his true time to shine.
Definitely.
And ever since then, he hasn't really put himself over the top, but he has. He's played well. He was an all-star last year.
Yep.
We got to give him credit where credit's due, but also you're still a little bitch. So
oh, hello.
It's all good.
People forget. Hey, elongated rookie season.
Fair.
He had, he
had some rest. My man got some real rest in between. It was like 3 months. So.
Mickey Mouse, all rookie first team or whatever. He ended either first or second team, whatever he made.
I mean, LeBron said it was the most pure basketball ever, which I actually can understand.
Yep,
it's
definitely.
still not a real championship, just like San Antonio is not a real city. But anyways, let's move forward.
Can't co-sign what he's saying. I just have to put that on the record.
We're gonna go into March, and there are definitely some games that are important. So we see San Antonio again on national TV again. We can't avoid San Antonio.
I love it.
National TV, and then the 2 games after that we got Denver, and we're playing in Denver. So shout out to the Elevation. Fuck them, but
get that hate out. Get that August hate out of your heart.
I'm not saying fuck Denver. I'm saying fuck the Elevation.
Right.
Because I need my boy Amen Thompson playing at peak performance levels.
I was in Utah. I just have to share this. I was in Utah about 2-3 years ago, and I ended up getting the worst bloody nose of my life.
Is that because of the elevation?
Because of course of the elevation, and my bloody noses don't hurt. Occasionally I get 1 to 2 a year, and they just kind of happen. You let it spill out, and you fucking. You get the little tissue, right? You pinch that nose, get the tissue up there, a little grimy. But that was a painful bloody nose. So that's the problem that I have with Utah. Not John Stockton and Karl Malone and all of these crazy things and crazy situations and crazy people.
It's personal.
That damn bloody nose that I got from that mountain air.
It's personal.
It was bad. It was bad out there.
Absolutely. So we got Denver national TV moving forward, and then we got 2 back-to-back games against the Lakers at home. Monday on Stone Cold Steve Austin Day, 3/16.
That's right.
And March 18th, Wednesday.
I love those 4 games in a row. That is.
Oh, New Orleans.
Oh my goodness. The double LA, Atlanta,
Miami.
Oh, that's cinema right there.
We call that peak. We're literally hitting towards the final stride and the final push of the season.
Wow.
And I really love what I'm seeing, especially with that little. We talked about the New York stretch. The games against the Lakers, Atlanta, Miami at home. That's a good time for the team to rest. Looks like 4 games in 5 nights. Maybe?
Yeah, that's not nice. That's not very nice of them.
That. Oh, it's 4 games in 6 nights.
We got a lot of back-to-backs coming up towards the end of the season.
Them?
Obviously, this is pretty gnarly.
Yeah, heading into the end of March, we got Chicago, Minnesota, Memphis, and New Orleans all the way. So that's a nice little stretch of where we'll be playing like decent teams. I don't think Memphis will be very serious. That might be me.
Yeah.
I really said that they were definitely a team to look out for last year before Ja got hurt, and then now with no Desmond Bain. I don't even remember who they traded for.
Well, I was going to say buy your Cole Anthony stock. I'm big on it. I think that him and Onyeka Okongwu are going to be the 1985 Apple of the NBA season this year. So I'm just saying, look, you heard it here, August 14th,
after the
2025.
Beatles went to Apple.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go. So I'm just saying, one gripe I'd like to have with this schedule, and I like to say publicly, these 10 p.m. start times, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. I understand that all of these doubleheaders on NBC and Peacock have to happen, but we coexisted just fine before on ESPN.
Yeah.
I mean, we were having a 6:30 game and a 9 o'clock game. In worst case scenario, we'd have a 6 o'clock game and an 8:30 game. We weren't getting this, occasionally maybe the 9:30, sure, but it boggles my mind. I have a job.
Me too.
I have things that I have to do.
Yeah.
And as much as I would love to sit here and watch basketball all day, all night for the rest of my life, that's not feasible, that's not obtainable, and then them kind of dangling keys in front of me like I'm a baby, saying, "Hi, you want to watch this KD and Jalen Green reunion game at 10 p.m. on a Tuesday?"
Yep.
In the middle of April.
Yeah.
I'm beside myself.
Well, I mean, I'll say this, that in that final stretch, those are the only 2 away games, and 6 of those 8 we will be at home. And we have 2 games between Golden State and Phoenix. So I think that 2 days, 2 games, 2 days.
Yep.
My bad. I can't.
Yeah, you're good.
Talk,
we're here. We're here.
I cannot speak. Apologies. But with that schedule, it looks like that we could potentially finish out strong, barring how some of these teams will play against. I mean, Golden State.
It's looking like a gauntlet, man. From the 31st onward, other than of course Utah, and I'd like to say at least Philly for right now. And maybe Phoenix, sure.
I wouldn't take Phoenix very seriously. Philly very seriously.
I don't know. At minimum 5 out of the 8, if not 6 out of the 8.
Okay.
I like how the scheduling is this go around because it doesn't feel like you're being bombarded with 8 games in a row, or not literally 8 games in a row, but 8 games in, let's say, 12 to 13 days against like 6 or 7 like really, really good teams. Like it's a whole big, you know what I mean? There feels like there's more parity when you're looking at the scheduling, and I'm glad that I don't want to say that they've taken fan feedback. What do I know? I'm not on the NBA marketing team. I don't know, but all I know is that they're spreading out these games a lot better. They're throwing in a Utah, they're throwing in a Sacramento, they're throwing in a Chicago, and of course I know we see the Southwest Division 4 times a year. Each team 4 times a year, and with how the division's looking this year, it's looking real. I don't know. Outside of New Orleans, it's looking a little scary. I don't know. What do you think about the Southwest?
The Southwest Division doesn't feel like it's exactly a cakewalk per se, but I would not doubt that this team should win the division again.
Sure.
I do believe that San Antonio and Dallas will probably give us a run for our money. We're going to have some games where they play us very, very well, and we might be able to squeak it out, just like we did when we were young and playing against a lot better teams, and we'd stay close through 3 quarters, and then the 4th quarter we had the drop off. And the difference this year, obviously, is the fact that Kevin Durant is on our team. And with Kevin Durant, in addition to Amen Thompson, Alperen Şengün, a sprinkle of Jabari, Fred VanVleet, Thr Houston, and the list goes on and on and on. But I think that this team should absolutely win the division. If we don't, I think it would be a gross underperformance.
Definitely. And Amen Thompson starting on your basketball team.
Doesn't
it feel so nice?
It feels amazing.
It feels so beautiful to me. I mean, I'm seeing the bag work, bagman. Yeah, that's him. I am
Bagman.
I am so
Is he Scottish?
excited. Yeah, sure. Or maybe he's a street pharmacist. Who knows? Maybe he does a lot of things.
Pharmacist.
Amen Thompson does a lot of things in this world, and he's so damn good. And I'm just so glad we get 81 games of 82, excuse me. 82 games of just pure greatness, and God willing, he stays healthy.
I'll say this.
So happy.
Sheldon, in the episode that me and him did, he predicted that Amen Thompson is an All-NBA player this year. Yes or no, or true or false? Do you think he's an All-NBA player this season?
If he's an All-NBA player, then he is also most improved player. In the same vein,
potentially defensive player of the year.
I'm not ruling it out. I definitely think that it's probably like a 20-80 chance, but I'm not ruling it out. I mean, this guy has made leaps and bounds just in his first 2 seasons. You've seen this guy just full. It almost feels like he's so fast, but he's so slow at the same time. The change of direction, the stop and starts. You're seeing someone who is like transcending the game of basketball, like as we know it. And I don't mean to sound like all over my head,
We're
but
not homers.
But
we're just keeping it.
At the end of the day, and I've seen videos, big compilations from like Brett Usher and other Twitter guys who are just dissecting his game and making it seem like he is this godsend, which he kind of is sometimes.
For us, absolutely.
But obviously the 3-point, if I were to point out some negatives, there, the 3-point shooting needs a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of indecisiveness sometimes on the offensive end. He's not a perfect player. He doesn't have the perfect stat lines, but he's perfect to me. He's very beautiful to me, and I love him. I can't wait. That's my boy.
That's my boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, though, I don't think that next year is going to be the direct year, but we're not far from that becoming a real reality very soon.
I think that being an all-star isn't nearly as far-fetched for Amen Thompson?
He might be.
He
We'll
could
see.
be. He could be. I mean,
I'd give
know.
that 40-60 chance, maybe.
Yeah. If we're able to start the season strong and be a top 2 seed as we progress going into All-Star, I think that he has a, like you said, 40-60, 50-50 shot at getting there. His stats will definitely have a lot to impact it, but it will be more so telling on his defensive impact. Like, we saw Draymond Green in All-Stars. That's the kind of impact you're talking about.
Exactly.
Outside of being a complete dickhead on the floor. But, like that's kind of where I'm leaning towards is Amen Thompson as an All-Star. But Josh, dude, thank you so much for coming on today, man. Like, I'm really glad we were able to sit down and chat about this release because the schedule released maybe 5 hours ago, I think. Maybe 6 hours ago.
And we're already talking about it. Isn't that awesome?
We had to.
Glad to have done it with you, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you. And Josh, let the world know where they can find you, man.
You can find me on Instagram at Where's My Foul. No other socials need to be mentioned anymore. Instagram is the thing that I am most passionate about in this world. At least social media wise. Big, create mode is back. Create mode demon is home. I'm just excited to be out there in the world again. I feel like an old man making his little Facebook post every day. And, find me on there. Where's My Foul? Not where is, but where's with an S after. And I'm excited to watch, talk, live, ball for the next 9 to 10 months of my life. And I'm glad that you're a part of it, buddy.
Oh,
can't wait.
That's some real love right there.
That's right.
I love it. I cannot wait for October 21st. But everyone, make sure to follow me on all socials at JP_Mirabueno. Make sure to follow the podcast on Twitter at Summit, SOMPOD, on Instagram at Summit State of Mind _POD. Make sure to follow our people, our brothers, on YouTube so you can get notified when this show, Summit State of Mind, is on. You can get notified when Zero Gravity is on.
That's right.
Make sure to super kick that subscribe button at Apollo HOU on YouTube. So, all right, man, what an episode. What a day. What an evening. I'm just excited. This is really the beginning of what real excitement is.
Yep. Dog days of summer are over. Only 2 more months.
There you go.
2 more months and we're there. Can't wait.
Oh yeah. Well, before we go, we got to do it. I don't know if DJ's still here, but we're going to go. We're going to do it. 4 letters. 1 word. Yeet. There you go. I know Josh doesn't know, but it's okay. We're still in it. We're here.
I said it on the mic. It picked up on the mic.
All right. Good night, guys. Bye.
Awesome. Great work. I whispered it because I didn't want to get embarrassed, but I got it right. Thank God.